Hello, people. All right, getting ready. Got my Blue Man Group mug. Where is it? There's that side. And there's that side. If you've never seen Blue Man Group in concert, that's not the right word. Live, you should. It's awesome. Check it out. All right, there's 30 seconds. Boom. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Today is Friday. Woo! May 17th, 2019. My name is Jeremy, and this is my first cup of coffee. It's pretty good. It's pretty good coffee right there. Tell you what. So I'm not gonna lie, the last couple weeks have been kind of a kick in the groin. Like, repeatedly. And I'm trying to keep smiling, and I'm trying to stay positive, and I think I'm doing a good job, but I'm really hoping the groin kicks stop. I was coming home from the gym yesterday, and 100% my own fault. There's a pothole that I've hit several times, and especially in the new car, it bottoms out, and it sounds awful. Well, yesterday I hit it, and it blew my tire. So there I was on the side of the road, changing the tire. Which, first off, I want to be thankful that it was light out, it wasn't freezing cold, and I know how to change a tire, and the lug nuts weren't cranked on so much that I had to stand on the lug wrench. And I got it changed, and I got it home, you know. But unfortunately, it means I'm not going to make it to Superfoot training this morning because I have to go deal with that. That's sad. I'm going to miss Paul and Terry and training with those guys. And I'm sure that I was an interesting sight for the people that drove by as I was wearing my brightly colored gym shorts and boots, like half-calf boots and a hoodie. Nobody tried to stop. I looked like a weirdo. But I should be good to go. All right. So that was yesterday. Thank you, Scott. What else happened yesterday? I got through a bunch of work. Recorded episode 399, which will come out next Thursday. We got 398, which is actually a pretty big episode, coming out Monday. And then the following Monday, we'll do episode 400 live in some way. Still working out the details, but if you are at all around, Monday early evening, you should be ready. We'll post something on the Facebook page when we work out the details. That should happen next Monday. We'll finalize details. Today, what's going on? So today was supposed to be, as soon as I was done with this, head out the door. Not quite going to happen that way. Because I got to go deal with car tire stuff, and I think the service department opens at 8, so I'll have a little bit longer here. I'll go deal with that, and then I don't know. Depends on what they do. Do they give me a loaner car? Which, this place I bought my car gives free loaners, so that's pretty cool. Although the last loaner they gave me was a very base model, could have been a bit cleaner Jetta. I'm not a Volkswagen guy. Hopefully they have a tire they can, because I don't think it's fixable. It's a pretty good size hole into the sidewall. And then I'm gonna head towards Maine. There's a tournament tomorrow in, people outside of Maine would call it Northern Maine. I would call it Mid-Maine, in Gardner. Kyoshi Brent Akrishi, he's been on Martial Arts Radio before. Team will be there. We're staying in Old Orchard Beach, so I'll be hanging out with those guys. And then between then and now, got some phone calls and some email and some other stuff I got to deal with. The life of an entrepreneur. All right. Where's my tablet? Here it is. Questions. There were some questions that came in. Let's answer them. Dun, 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 dun. Why do you keep turning these sideways, you silly tablet? I don't like that you're doing that. All right. Which kempo system do you train in? The system I train in is a Hawaiian kempo lineage called Kempo Jiu-Jitsu Eskrima. It was formulated fairly recently, we'll say 20 to 30 years ago. Kempo Jiu-Jitsu is certainly a thing. I've talked to other people who train in that kind of hybrid system. But the Eskrima stuff, it seems to be what was tacked on by my instructor's instructor. Oh, pardon. But what I find really interesting is how well all three of these things move together. The philosophies, the drills, like they flow really well. It's very intelligently put together, and I enjoy it. I originally started training there because it's all the things that I struggle with. You know, my jiu-jitsu's not great. It's gotten a lot better. My jiu-jitsu's not even good. There, I'll be honest. It's like super white belt level. I don't mean super as in like a really good white belt. I just mean very definitively white belt level. Kempo I find interesting because of the fluid movements and the focus on hand techniques. And I've been working on that. You know, I'm more of a kicker. And then the Eskrima, the Filipino martial arts, you know, these are weapons that I'm not used to using, and the footwork and just the way it all fits together. It's pretty cool stuff. I dig it. All right. Have you ever given chess a try? I used to really enjoy chess. I've never been very good at chess because I was impulsive. Now that I'm older, it would be interesting to see how I would play chess, to see if I would be as impulsive. I used to struggle seeing 3-4 moves ahead. You know, I would see what I thought was a great move, but I would miss something. I would miss that in 3 moves, my opponent would react to that and set up something really good for them. And of course, if you play chess, you have to see a bunch of moves ahead. And that was never me in that way. I've gotten better at that. You know, I'm able to see quite a bit down the road when I'm sparring or in business, so I bet I'd be better at chess now. I don't think there's anybody around me that I know that really likes chess. So I'm kind of at a tough spot because if somebody's a beginner, I'll kill them. But if somebody's at all good at chess, they will kill me. I'm in this very awkward in-between stage. Or at least I was. I might be worse now. All right. The cat was very annoying this morning. I kind of want to go back to bed. All right. It has been said, quote, "It's better to be tried by 12 than carried by 6. What do you think of this familiar self-defense saying?" So if you haven't heard that before, it's certainly something I've heard before. The idea is that if you are unsure whether something you are doing is in self-defense is illegal but necessary, go ahead and do it rather than die. It's better to be brought up on charges, to be pulled into court and tried by 12 people, you know, a jury, rather than to have 6 people carry your coffin. Yeah. I'd rather be alive in jail than dead. But it's an important thing to bring up because we do have, especially in the United States, a fairly litigious society. And being able to understand what is and is not legal is important, especially if you're teaching self-defense, not just learning it. And that's why when I teach self-defense, I teach things, the focus of what I teach has nothing to do with legality or lethality. The idea of breaking balance. And I did a whole episode on, I forget what we called it, non-injurious self-defense. Why it's important to know how to defend yourself, bring someone to the ground, etc., without hurting them. Then there's no issue. Unfortunately, a lot of times people will film these exchanges these days. So what really happens tends to end up on video. Of course, the first bit doesn't tend to end up on video because something has to spark people's desire to take video. But yeah, if someone's trying to hurt me and my best chance at survival is hurting them back or more or first, I'm going to do it every time. I'd rather take my chances in the court system. It's funny, I haven't read any stories like this before, but the one that pops to mind, in California, some guy was breaking into somebody's house and like fell through the roof or the skylight, broke his leg, and sued the homeowner and won. I think quite often people hide behind what is right, what they know is right. I think we know what's right. I think we all instinctively know what's right. And I think anybody involved in that exchange knew that guy didn't deserve to win a settlement. But somehow the law had been constructed in a way that was the legal thing to do. That's just dumb. Well, I think all laws ultimately come down to don't be a jerk. Of course, different people have different definitions of what being a jerk is. And that's where it becomes challenging. I try not to be a jerk. What else is going on? No, I just got to get ready to get out of here. Make sure the cat's set. Anybody want a cat? It's driving me nuts. Had a good workout last night. Yeah. Pretty straightforward day. So, don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications. And if you want to watch it later, if you want to catch First Cup later, remember we've got the podcast feed. Now, honestly, even if you don't listen, if you would sign up, if you would subscribe to the podcast feed, that would be cool. Because one of the things I'm trying to do is help grow this show, right? Grow the show, grow the other show. And numbers matter. Numbers create momentum. It's rankings. It's search result suggestions, all that. So pull up your podcast app. Subscribe to this, please. Please. Subscribe, turn on notifications in YouTube, because we do the show every weekday morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern, right here. And if you want to ask a question, and I hope you do, leave a comment below or email me, jeremy@whistlekick.com. Now, here's your homework. Today, through the weekend, I would like you to consider I can feel it, I'm just not, I'm looking for the words. I would like you to consider the things that you do because they are legal, or the things you don't do because they're illegal, and then the things that you do or don't do because they are right or they are wrong. Where is the influence of the law on your life, and where's the influence on your own personal integrity? I'm not asking you to change anything. I'm not asking you to tell anyone. Definitely not asking you to tell me. But understand where that conduct comes from. How much of your life is influenced by the law? How much is influenced by your own personal code? I'll give you an example. For me, speed limits. I would drive much faster if it wasn't for speed limits because I believe I can drive safely and alertly, and other than the current situation with this vehicle, my vehicle is safe and ready to drive at a speed faster than the speed limit. Most of the time. Right now it's pouring rain. I would not be doing 95 on the highway. But quite often, there are no cars on the highway. I would like to drive 95 or more because it's more fun and you get there faster. I don't usually do that. Very, very, very rarely. I mean, never. I never drive above the speed limit ever. That was a joke. All right. Just consider that. I think there's something interesting in there for everyone to understand where that influence comes from. So I hope you have a wonderful day, a great weekend. Do things that make you smile. Do things that make others smile. I'll see you back here on Monday. Take care.